Hi everyone, thank you for clicking on my channel. My name is Tina and I welcome you to this first tutorial video on Subject-Verb Agreement. This video will cover the SVA rule with phrases separating the verb from the subject, how these phrases confuse you, and a quick work around this dilemma. So to brush up on your grammar skill or master SVA, join me here in Hosted by Tina. If this is your first time on the channel, click the red subscribe button and the notification bell below for more videos on job readiness, workplace skills, ventures, adventures, and other tutorials. Before we start analyzing sentences, let us refresh our memories with the basic rule of subject-verb agreement, as this is the one rule to remember through all the parts of this tutorial: that the verb should agree with the subject. This being said, in the sentence, "The boy sings the national anthem," the singular subject boy, which is a noun, is given a singular verb sings. For all our tutorial videos, we shall use the standard marking codes in sentences with single underline for the subject and double underline for the verb. Also, if at this point you are still confused with how the noun and the action or main verb is formed to plural, take a look at this table that I included for you. From the table, you can therefore say that to make the verb agree with the subject, a singular verb is assigned for a singular noun. Thus, our sentence, "The boy sings the national anthem." For this part of our SVA tutorial, we will focus on just the nouns and the personal pronouns for our subject. Other types of subjects such as gerund and infinitive will form part of our future videos. Now, are you good to go ahead with this lesson? Give this video a thumbs up if it's a yes. So with the basic rule in mind, let us now talk about Rule 1 concerning phrases that separate the verb from the subject. These phrases may tend to confuse you, but don't worry, you have some word signals to watch out for, and here is the first. Of in the of phrase. Looking at the sentence, you will see that the verb is separated from the subject. Unlike in the first example, "The boy sings the national anthem," where the subject and the verb are written side by side. Here, the verb are, which is a linking verb, is assigned to the subject members, so that both subject and verb are in plural form. Members are. In this sentence, notice that there is an of phrase separating the subject and verb. The of phrase is composed of the preposition of plus an article plus a noun. This phrase may confuse you into thinking that the subject is team. But from this time on, you should remember that the noun you see in the of phrase is not the subject. Therefore, the subject is not the noun team, but the noun in the plural form, which is members. The subject is the noun that you see before the of phrase, which explains the verb are assigned to this sentence, so that the sentence reads, "The members of the team are energetic." Let's try this sentence now. Pictures of her brings back many fun memories. What is your answer? If your answer is bring, you are correct. You see, not all of phrases have nouns. Sometimes a pronoun is also in the place where the noun used to be in our first sentence. Similarly, the pronoun her is not the subject. By now, you know that the subject is pictures. Pictures of her bring back many fun memories. Our next phrase and word signal are for in the for phrase. Like the of phrase, the for phrase is also found between the subject and the verb. Again, creating the tendency to mislead you to the wrong noun as the subject. Given this sentence, can you identify the for phrase, the subject, and the verb? The food for the evacuees is now ready. If I break it down like this, can you analyze each part yourself? Check how well you analyzed this sentence. In the sentence, the food for the evacuees is now ready, for the evacuees is obviously the for phrase. As mentioned, the noun before it is the subject, and that is the noun food, which is singular. The verb that agrees with the singular noun is the singular linking verb is. And just like the of phrase, the for phrase has the same pattern with the preposition for plus article plus noun or pronoun. Let's try this sentence now. Our prayers for your safety goes with you. If your answer is go, you're doing great. Our prayers for your safety go with you. The last phrases and signal phrases for the first rule are the following. And yes, you heard it right. Signal phrases, not just signal words. But don't worry, I am sure that you are familiar with most of them. I remember my English language book in elementary where these phrases are called confusing phrases. So let me call them that. These confusing phrases are as well as, aside from, together with, accompanied by, along with, in addition to, except, and others. Just like our previous two phrases, it is best to not mind these confusing phrases, and instead focus your attention to the noun before them. Again, focus your attention to the noun before them. It is very rare that words other than a noun or a pronoun precede these phrases. Therefore, if I give you this sentence, the doctor, accompanied by the nurses, proceeds to the emergency room, and we take away the confusing phrase, accompanied by the nurses, what do you think is the subject of the sentence? It is obviously the noun doctor, which explains why the singular verb precedes go with it in this sentence. The doctor, accompanied by the nurses, proceeds to the emergency room. Let's take another confusing phrase in a sentence. You, together with your brother, have passed the exams. Again, the sentence contains together with your brother confusing phrase. Remember that the noun brother is not the subject as it is part of the phrase. The subject is the pronoun before that, which is you, a plural pronoun. You, together with your brother, have passed the exams. Do you think you did great on our sentences? Well, I think so too. To recap the first rule on our first tutorial on subject-verb agreement, remember these 3 steps. 1. Always remember that there are phrases that separate the verb from the subject. 2. To identify the subject of the sentence, find the noun or pronoun that comes before the of, for, and confusing phrases. 3. Make the verb agree with the subject by determining whether the subject is singular or plural. Next video, we will cover the next 2 rules on subject-verb agreement. For exercises on subject-verb agreement with these types of phrases, click the link on the comment section below. Have fun answering the quiz and discovering more learning. Watch out for the next part of this SVA tutorial. Thank you for joining me in this tutorial video. Once again, this is Tina Dela Cruz of Hosted by Tina. Ta-da!